This video is proudly sponsored by DigimonCard.io for all your Digimon card, deck building, deck list, card pricing, and discussion needs. Hey everyone, Eggman here with another video, and today we're going to go over a Kaiser Nail kind of BT8 upgrade. This is kind of a really somewhat like off-meta pick, like set 1 and 2 for at least, or I guess 1.0 and 1.5 for North America, and it's kind of been getting some like slow support over the last couple sets, so I wanted to make one, and so this is a BT8 version of the list. It's super fun, still probably more like casual level, but when it goes off, it really goes off, and I think it's cool. So, and it has like one of my favorite cards in it, the Metal Garurumon from the first set. I love this art, and everything for it, so I had to make this deck for it. So we're just going to go over the cards right now. Also, real quick, there are proxies because BT8 obviously isn't out yet. So big thanks to my friend Ashley from my locals in Arizona for printing these out for me. They're going to be big too because I'll be using. I've got a bunch of proxies now for stream and stuff too. So we'll be doing some streaming of this deck specifically starting this week. Tomorrow, as of this video coming out, I have a stream planned and a lot more webcam for people who already have like some BT8 proxies already, so it should be fun. Anyways, going into the actual list, the eggs should be pretty simple. It is the Bukomon. This is the one from BT7. Just your turn. Once per turn, when you play a Digimon from one of your Digimon's evolution cards, you gain 1 memory. So that's obviously something we do a lot. This also means that if with Bukomon, it means that our Kaiser nails cost 3 memory, and as everyone knows, the jump from 3 memory to 4 memory to keep it on your turn is pretty big. So being able to do Kaiser nail for free and keep it your turn, I think is kind of nice. And you know, you always want some free memory. Gaining memory off an egg is like really strong. So obviously it has to be around something that is kind of hard to pull off, and that's kind of where that's at. Going into our rookies, the first one we're going to go over is the Gameromon. So this also came out. It's the same set this did. It just has an on play when played from Devolution cards, draw 2, which is kind of nice. And it's a 3K body, so being able to just play this off and then get, you know, draw 2 and gain a memory, have the Bukomon is pretty strong. We also do have the Patamon from the new set. It does have a end of turn inheritable that says you can DNA Digivolve this Digimon into a DNA Digimon by playing its cost. So we'll see that later on, but just being able to kind of have this is nice. The idea of having like a DNA Digivolve 2 to be able to get like 2 different stacks under one helps out the deck too, because it means you have more things and more variety of doing it. So having kind of like a free Digivolve is kind of nice there. We also run 3 of the Vmon from the expansion set. This has an inheritable your turn once per turn. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, you gain 1 memory. So we do have a bunch of cards that do that too, which we'll see moving forward, but makes some plays a little bit more playable and keeping it your turn. 3 Betamons because we love gaining memory, and which means we know that other decks are wanting to do the same thing. We go from there. I think this is 14 rookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14 rookies, which is I think standard. Nothing too crazy there. All right, next up, going into our champions, we have 4 of the Garurumon. This is like the best on play champion we have still, like a year and a half later, but just on play, unsuspend one of your Digimon. So this is really good. Obviously, if you play it underneath the source, you gain a memory back, you can restand the thing. This is great for XVmon as well, or not XVmon, but Vmon. So you can, you know, if you have Vmon under the thing you unsuspend, you gain this from back. So even if you hard cast it, it's 5, which is not like terribly expensive. So there's some shots there. And I think it's fine for what it is. We also do have the new Aandroidd as well. So your turn, when this Digimon would Digivolve, if you have 3 of your security cards, you can recover +1. So the timing on this is kind of weird. We're going to talk about it. But when attacking, if you have 3 more security cards as an inheritable, return 1 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to its owner's hand. So being able to do this to, like, for example, if they have their own like Modeki Betamon or Gazimon out, and you're trying to swing with your Metal Garurumon, you can swing in, use the Aandroidd effect to bounce the card, then you can play something underneath it, which means your Bukomon can trigger. So having that level 3 hate as part of that is really good too. We also do run 3 of the Cordramon. This just has a great on play of drawing 2 regardless, and it can be played from your security, since we are playing a bit of recovery in this deck too, and the advantage of being able to play something for free off your security is great. So I think this is just worth running the couple of, and then we also just have 2 Colemons for the cheap Digivolve if you need it, and then also just the fact that this is able to be played as a blocker from underneath it if you need it to. I think that's really flexible. So there are our level 4s, and then going into the level 5s, we do have the Shakumon. So this is the DNA Digivolve target. You Digivolve it for 1 yellow and 1 blue, so a little bit tricky to do. We'd have to have it specifically with the specifically with the Aandroidd. So, but just doing like the regular Digivolve isn't too bad for this either. So when Digivolving, you have 5 or more fewer security cards, just recovery 1, which is good. And then if you DNA Digivolve, you can pop one of your opponent's cards. So this is fine for what it is. Once again, you don't have to DNA Digivolve it. The one that we really want is the Kameromon. So even if you don't like it as much, you can do like a 4 and 2, because this one's probably going to be a little bit more rare. But just the fact that you're able to do that is good. And Kameromon, if you don't know what this is going to be a really impactful card, I think, moving forward. So just DNA Digivolve for 2 of anything for 0 cost, and then you can place 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card from your trash to the bottom of this cards, and then for every color up to 4 of your opponent's Digimon get minus 1k for each color in this. So inherently you can go up to 3, so blue, yellow, and itself, so that's white, blue, and yellow. And then also your turn, this Digimon's also treated the color of the cards at sources, and if it has 4 or more, it gains plus 4k, which you never do, but just the fact that this will be blue and yellow for sources is good too. And it's just a very good card for what we're doing. I do think it's great. It's just a good card. You're going to see it a lot, for better or for worse. So that's the idea there, being able to DNA Digivolve into this guy and just continue your plays from there. Again, being able to combine both stacks and then using it, I think, is good. And then obviously our last level 5 is Majiramon. When Digivolving, you can trash 1 Devolution card from the top of each of your opponent's Digimon, and also has an inheritable 1 attacking. If your opponent has a Digimon with no Devolution cards in play, you can unsuspend this. So being able to, once again, you get a lot of extra memory from your Vmon if it works out, and like the trashing sources can be somewhat impactful too. All right, and then lastly, not lastly, we got a couple more. We do have the Metagarurumon though. This is the big boy. Just when Digivolving, when attacking, play 1 level 4 or lower Digivolution card underneath this without paying its memory cost. So great. It was especially great like set 1 when playing stuff for free was not easy. So it's great for that, getting the restand. There's a lot of synergies. There's some really good stacks that you can go from there. We're also playing 2 of the Leopardmon. So when Digivolving, you play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card as another Digimon without paying its memory costs, and then all of your level 4 lower Digimon gain jamming. So this is just fine. I think there might be better level 4s, but this is just the one that I thought of going forward, and I think it makes a lot of sense. And then for our level 7s, we do have 2 of the Blitz Omni, just because it offers some more like end game. Also, it's unsuspends itself, so there are some like niche situations where you can swing in, and then if you have Vmon underneath it and you hadn't procced it yet, you gain the memory back. So technically you Digivolve this for 3, and then you can keep it your turn and do other things. So that's something that's viable too. And it's just a good ender for everything. And then lastly, we do have Tamers and options. So Davis, just 2 of them. If you want 3, go for it. Obviously, it's only going to find 1 card max, but it's still like one of the best Tamers in the game. So it's really good. We do have 3 Hammer Sparks, because it's good. Ice Wall, because we can't run 4, and then 2 Kaiser Nails too. Being able to play the Kaiser Nail is good in this. I don't think any more than 4 is really needed, honestly. If you want to run or any more than 2, sorry. If you want to run 3, you can go for it, but I think 2's the fine amount. Being able to get some effects off triggers. So that's why like Colimon is really good, because if they swing in and then you have this is one of your sources, you can Kaiser Nail, and that's kind of like the really nice thing about Kameromon too, is that you can make this giant Kameromon stack with a bunch of cards that are good for free play, and then you can Kaiser Nail and get the effects off. So that's kind of the idea for it. I think 3 is fine if you want to run it. I also think like just the idea of getting to the I think even just going over this more, I think maybe 4 Kameromon might be better than a 3-3 split between this and Shakumon. But being able to do that DNA Digivolve is great. The only thing that is tricky is that the Kameromon is not searchable with the Davis, obviously, because it's white in deck. So if you like some analog boys too, those could be good as well, because it also sets your drop area to play your Kameromons. So I think that could be like another choice for the deck. But that's really all I have for this guy. I'm going to be playtesting this deck a little bit more and see if it's fun and keep going on from there. But based on my remedial playtesting, it's been fun. And when it goes off, it really goes off, which is kind of cool. But this is going to be it for me. Let me know what you guys think about this deck. If you want to see it in action, I'll be playing it on my Twitch streams starting tomorrow of this video coming out, so Friday, April 15th. And then also, if there's any other decks you want me to make for BT8, let me know, and I'll look into it and try to make a video for it. But that's going to be it for me. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.
Damn it.